My name is Brooke Hosey. I'm the general manager of Aura Coffee. I've been working here for about 3 years, and I've been working in management here for a little under a year. It'll be a year this August. And Aura Coffee is a shop located right across from UNT. So we get a lot of college students, a lot of professors, and very much so our business model is kind of revolving around the academic calendar, which is always really interesting. So ultimately the mission of Aura Coffee is just to support our community members. Obviously no coffee shop can exist without the community coming in and buying coffee, and so we just really try to do everything we can to support them back. And that also absolutely extends to our staff. All of our staff live in the area, myself included. I usually walk and bike to work, so it's very important for us to pay them as much as we possibly can. We do offer a base rate guarantee if they don't make at least $15 an hour with their tips. We do the $15 guarantee, but that almost never happens. I've never had that happen on my barista paychecks. So to me, community, especially as it pertains to this coffee shop, really just means the people who live in this area, who are coming in every day, and who ultimately are, affected by all the same things that we're affected by, like if rents go up, that affects us too. If property values go down, that affects us too. If there's some new state law or local ordinance that happens, we're all in the same boat. And I have been coming to Aura Coffee for as long as I've lived in Denton, which is a full decade now, and it's very much so where I formed a lot of the most important connections in my life. And I see people form those connections every day, and it's really incredible. I would say there's definitely a lot that sets Aura apart from other local coffee shops, but also the big chains. Especially with big chains, you could just say that we very much so care about our staff. A lot of our staff are friends. I'm good friends with a lot of our staff, and so it varies. I like to stay away from the we're like a family thing, because that is rife with exploitation at small businesses. Anybody who's worked the service industry for long knows that. We buy all of our beans from Counterculture Coffee, who is primarily based out of North Carolina, and we buy exclusively from them for a number of reasons. But ultimately what's important to us is that they engage in ethical and sustainable practices, and they also really kind of set the standard for transparency about those things in the coffee industry. We do try to keep a rotating kind of cast of drip coffees, so sometimes we'll have single origin coffees from all over the place. Costa Rica, Ethiopia, we've had some from India before, which is super cool and unique. Our espresso beans specifically is a blend of Colombian and Ethiopian coffees. We do our best to support as many local artists as possible, whether that's displaying local art, hosting performances of all sorts. We've had open mics, we've had poetry readings, we have had DJ sets and acoustic sets and not acoustic sets. We also have a small retail section with some merch from local bands, and also a local record label, Memory Terminal. They just set up a little shelf in our retail section with some tapes, some CDs, once again, all independent, all local artists. And we also like to work with students a lot. We have a lot of different students come in and want to do interviews, documentary type style things, or even just host club meetings. We have a lot of professors who come in here and do their office hours. Really just anything that we can do to genuinely support the community, we try to do.